Hi everyone. Thought I'd do a yard and garden update. There's a few things coming up, but today is the 29th of April and we got snow. Now there was more out this morning. Here's when I came out to do chores. But we got rain and snow. And it's cold, kind of cool out today, about in the 30s. So I thought there's a few things coming up here. Some daylilies. I think I have a few irises too. Some shrubs. And there's some life in them. Some of them anyways. A few other things aren't doing anything quite yet. This right here is lovage, sort of like celery. And then this little, it's a flowering crabapple. Actually, it had planted itself in a little tiny pot. It was growing and I had cut it out of the pot. So I got some sedum in here and some more daylilies. See what chickens have been getting into these pots, so I'm not sure what survived. I was moving things around last fall. I have to give it some more time. Sorry about that. Anyways, so there are a few things coming up. We have an old-fashioned peony. My grandma had this, was a red one. There's a white one over here. It's coming up through. Right there is the white one. Some blue flag iris. Or not blue flag iris, but Siberian, the blue Siberian iris there. We'll come back over here though. This little red shrub rose. It usually dies back every year. Comes up close to the ground. Looks like there's some green, so it'll be alright. And our daffodils look like they're about done. I have to do some pruning on the shrub rose. But you can see there's some buds coming, so I'll be able to tell what's dead and what's not and prune accordingly. And it has those little galls on there, so I'll cut those off and burn them. And this is a white rugosa rose called Coupe de Blanc. And these rugosas, you can see the cut grass is getting in here from the yard. Originally I planted it here, and as you can see it's kind of spread itself around. Anyways, they spread by sucker roots. And when I'm digging up and cleaning that out, which I need to do, we'll take a look at some of that. So you can start more of them, but question is, does a person really want something that suckers? Okay, here's some of my sedum here. Autumn Glow, I believe, is what this one's called. So that's coming up. Let's see. There are some wildflowers in here, but it might be a little too early yet, because our ground has still been cold. I haven't tested the temperature out yet, but a few little things coming up. Some more sedum over there and some irises. Got some cleaning to do, but now I have to wait until it dries out again. This is a yellow iris. It's actually something my grandma had, but it's sort of an invasive thing, so I think I'm going to get rid of it. This is my only raised bed I have left here. And the reason why I don't have them anymore is because of the quack grass. That's what this is, quack grass. Right. Let's see if I can pull up a... Still getting too muddy here. Anyways, so technically it spreads by roots, or rhizomes actually, and it gets into everything. It's quite competitive. A lot of things don't like competing with it, so it'll actually kill out any existing plants you might have if they're not also quite hardy and can compete against it. These are some common purple lilacs. This one here is supposed to be I think a French white. You can see it's starting to bud. Oh, and there's some flowers over here, or there was. So we got some rain and some snow last night, this morning. You can see the trees are getting some buds on them. This is the Norway red pine, this one with the longer needles. And this one here is a Black Hills spruce. And this tree right here. And then its neighbor is a Norway red pine. I did plant some, well, there's some hostas in that other bed too, but I noticed they're not coming up. Yeah, it looks like I got some volunteer trees that's come up in here. Nothing coming up yet. Like I said, it's pretty cool out here. Oh, puffball mushroom. This is, let's see if we can demonstrate why they call them. This one's sort of wet. Normally when they're dry, what they do, I don't know if you can kind of see it, but they poof out their spores when you step on them or whatever. Hence, puffball name. They're edible, not at that stage. Well, you get them when they're all white, and to make sure that it's the right one, you cut it, open it up, and if it's all solid meat, mushroom meat in there, then it's a puffball mushroom. And if they start to disintegrate, you'll see that they'll start turning brown on the inside. They're not good to eat then either. So. I was going to come up here and walk behind the house here. We had a few nice warm days, and kind of got things dried out, but still it's hard to work on stuff. That was a flowering crabapple that had sort of turned into a shrub, which made it weak, and it died and broke. So I gotta get that cleaned out this spring. Probably a few others I should clean out. Anyways, back here I have some Russian comfrey, also known as bone knit. And I have to do some landscaping back here right about in that area. But this started out with one plant. If you let it flower and it goes to seed, well, it can spread even more. So it's a good healing herb. And the thing you got to make sure of when I see an egg over here, Easter egg hunting. When you're using it for wound healing, it's really good about knitting, helping bones to heal and whatnot, but you need to make sure your wounds are clean and have no infection in them. Because it'll heal that quickly. So the recommendation is to make sure before using it the wound is cleaned out good. And then go ahead and use it. Actually, it works quite well. I've used it in the past. So my garden, I do need to come in here and till. Some people are like, no-till. I cannot do no-till anymore here. We have invasive quackgrass, and the only way to really eradicate it is to mechanically till it and keep it. See, it's even got in here, and so I did some more homework. Actually found some research done by a university in Maine on the control of it. So right now what I'm doing is just kind of, I've cleaned out some things in here. I don't know if it survived. I had some oregano in here and I cleaned it out because the quackgrass is that bad. I just need to pull everything up, redo everything, and then go ahead and replant. And I don't think I'm going to be putting any garden fences up because I can't keep the quackgrass from invading. It's not conducive to. So here we are here. Some garlic chives. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chickens have been in here digging. So I have about, looks like 6, 7 little, and I got some quackgrass in there that I need to clean out. This one little rhizome takes over. That's why I said I gotta dig everything out. This is some more lovage, and that's a Canadian red rhubarb. And it normally doesn't like our soil, but I had a compost bin here a few years back now. And I decided to plant it right in the compost because I could never get it to survive in my clay soil, otherwise it would die out. So there's some seed garlic in here. It'd be best to replant it if I can, which I've done in the past and it's done okay. That way I can get everything cleaned out in here and pull this fence up, kind of redo things. These are my regular chives. And there's some more little garlic things that I need to just move around. It won't hurt them, so. Anyways, I got several little clumps of regular chives, and those are quite hardy. The garlic are not as hardy. They're a little more fussy. So, but as long as I have good soil, they seem to do okay. So that's a plus. So yeah, I've got some work to do, but we gotta get everything dried out, and we just got dried out. And now we got rain again, so snow and cold. That doesn't help things. And I need to remove some trees. My grandparents planted this grove and they're kind of close together. So I think I'm going to start picking trees out and eliminating them. Then I got to get back here and kind of sort this out. I think I had a little garden back here with raspberries, and this green rhubarb here, which it'll grow in just about anywhere. It's pretty tough. It's not too fussy. And I did have some drawing a blank here, horseradish back here, but I'm not seeing it come up, so I don't know if the cut grass has choked it out. Kind of crazy when you think about it, because they say usually with horseradish it'll take over. One reason why I had it back here, but the cut grass is just that invasive. So I have some tree trimming to do. This tree got wounded last year in the fall, and pretty much figured it probably did it in. And so I didn't do much with it. I don't really see the blossoms on it. Of course, it's back here. Some of these branches are still alive. So we did a lot of cutting out of it though, and I didn't want to do much more. Trying to save it. So now I need to do some chipping and shredding. And we got some other trees I need to clean out and remove that are back here. It's like the top of that tree broke out. Yeah, some of this is just planted too close. Part of the problem. I wonder if there's any. No, it's pretty. Probably won't have some wildflowers for a while yet. I know there's some stuff coming up, but it's pretty sparse as far as that goes. The chickens have been back here playing during the day. I left them in today because it's kind of wet and cold. I don't think they're happy with me though, but it's alright. They'll survive it. So we have a lot of dead branches that broke off this winter because of the winds and the snow. So we'll see. We have some buck walnuts back here. That's a tree. And there's that one, that one. Yeah, that one. That one, that one, that one. This one, that one, and that one. I don't know why Grandpa planted those right next to that maple tree. It was kind of, I mean, not the best place. Anyways, we were getting nuts off these trees, but the last few years we haven't been. I think our funky weathers have not. It's sort of a marginal zone 4 or 5 tree, and so I'm thinking that's part of the problem. So we'll see. Our crazy weather is not helping anyways. And this here and that one is a butternut. This one did not freeze back the first year. That one did, and it come back from the root. And you can see it has a little, pretty sure that's a sucker, not a, because this had nuts too for when it got old enough to produce. And then it sort of quit producing too, so this branch might be dead. Kind of snapped there, so there's some life right there. So we'll see. But we haven't had nuts for quite a few years, so I don't know if I just go ahead and trim some of those trees back. That's just an old maple tree here that's budding out. So I'll do a little more cleaning out back here. Grandpa's scrap metal pile. Technically, you really want to clean it out and move it. Might be better. Well, you get shrubbery that grows up around. It's kind of hard to keep it under control. So I think the best thing to do is just clean some of this out and recycle a bunch of it. because a lot of it I'll probably never really use, so I should just recycle, be done with it. So that's basically, for right now, the garden update. Things are a little muddy around here again because of the rain. It wouldn't have been so bad if the temperature would have stayed up above 50, 60 during the day. But it's Minnesota, northern Minnesota. So not a lot we can do right now yet. Been working on some cleanup. So that's our gardens for now. At least that's what it looks like around here. Like I said, I got a few trees removed, clean that one up, and go from there. So we'll see you all later. Bye.